Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
At Central College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
Nothing feels quite as free as being out here.
Except this free soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
At Casey's, you can win all kinds of free stuff.
I love free.
Then you'll love this. Bought this jerky, won this free donut.
I love donuts.
And these chips can win me the big one.
What?
A free concert from country music superstar Lee Brice.
I love free Lee Brice.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including a free Lee Brice concert for your town.
Free Lee!
No.
Des Moines, the yeses are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
You are my favorite place to go. You're at the end of my favorite.
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we work hard to give you the freshest produce, the highest quality meat, and the most affordable prices.
You shed a light that guides me home.
I got it.
You're my favorite.
Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community, like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year. And remember, the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within you.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Kruger Field at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. I'm Emery Songer, and in just a moment we're going to have a matchup in Class 4A between the number 7 seed North Polk Comets and the number 2 seed Western Dubuque, and that's coming up right here on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy. We're back here live from the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex. We'll get you an update on the lineups and get you understood of what the statistics are for each of these two clubs as we have North Polk and Western Dubuque getting set to get started in the Class 4A quarterfinals. Let's go down to our PA announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick.
To Rogers Sports Complex and this 4A quarterfinal game between the visiting team, the North Polk Comets, and the home team, the Western Dubuque Bobcats. The winner of this game will advance to the semifinal round on Wednesday on Iowa Central Field, starting at 5:30. Now let's meet your players for today's matchup. Here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the visiting team from North Polk. Number 3, Caitlin Cleaver.
Got it.
Number 9, Reagan Schmiedel.
He's got it.
Number 13, Kylie Rasmussen. Number 16, Elise Ingebrigtsen. Number 19, Madeline Simmons. Number 20, Jenna Tuttle. 23, Anna Patterson. And number 36, Lucy Lucas. Your assistant coaches, John Sadler, Michelle Pocket, and Tracy Cleaver. Now, here's your starting lineup for the North Polk Comets. Leading off and doing the pitching, number 12, Ava Husak. Batting second in center field, number 6, Haley Steffen. Batting third at shortstop, number 8, Hannah Foster. Cleanup hitter for the Comets, doing the catching, number 10, Sydney Anderson. Batting fifth at third base, number 1, Lily Hinch. Batting sixth at first base, number 7, Dylan Adams. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 25, Kaylee Kudelka. Batting eighth at second base, number 17, Chloe Doherty. And batting in the ninth position, the left fielder, number 4, Maya Monk. And your flex player playing in right field, number 11, Alex Drent. Head coach for North Polk, Lynette Buster. Now let's meet the non-starters assistant coaches for the home team, the Western Dubuque Bobcats. Number 6, Erica Ernsen. Number 8, Ella Meyer. Number 9, Meredith Horner. Number 14, Isabel Ernsen. Number 15, Aubriana Journey. Number 16, Bryn Walters. Number 17, Kathy Kaiser. Number 19, Paige Cates. And number 21, Caitlin Toll. Your assistant coaches, Lynn Horner, Holly Klein, Ashley Botsford. And now here's your starting lineup for the Bobcats. Leading off and playing center field, number 2, Sarah Horsfield. Batting second, doing the pitching, number 1, Sydney Kennedy. Batting third at first base, number 20, Abigail Kleesner. Cleanup hitter for the Bobcats, doing the catching, number 4, Maddie Harris. Batting fifth at second base, number 3, Meg Bessler. Batting sixth in left field, number 11, Audrey Bierman. Batting seventh to designated player, number 5, Maddie Heiderscheid. Batting eighth at third base, number 7, Hallie Wildenbush. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 12, Shelby Rice. Playing in the flex position in right field, number 10, Haley Wolfko. And your head coach for the Bobcats, Rex Massey. Now, ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the home plate area. Our umpires for this contest, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At first base, Greg Buster. At third base, Stan Schmidt. And calling the balls and strikes today, Roger Menke. All right, who's ready for state tournament softball?
All right, we're getting ready to go here at first inning action. Going to be North Polk to lead off, and let's go ahead and give you their starting lineups. The road to state for these two teams has certainly been interesting. For North Polk, the Commons 18 and 14. And when you look at a team 18 and 14, you'd think they probably had to struggle their way all the way through. And they really were pretty dominant during the regional tournament. Beat Mason City 14-2, then shut out Ballard 5-0, and then took on Dallas Center Grimes and won 5-2. This is a team that you have to respect for head coach Lynette Foster, and won Region 5, ranked 15th, but still managed to get the 7 seed because of how many upsets there were in 4A to get in here. For Western Dubuque, 32-7, head coach Rex Massey, his team has been one of the big surprises this year. Ranked number 2, yes, but they were unranked to start the season. Second state tournament appearance as a squad, and they just absolutely steamrolled their way to a 32-7 record in the primarily Class 5A Mississippi Valley Conference. Several great athletes, but you got to start and end with Sydney Kennedy in the circle. You see her warming up right there. She has been unbelievable, both pitching and at the plate. But as a pitcher, we'll see her first. 136 1/3 innings of work. She has been the lead ace. Junior Meredith Horner also has worked quite a bit and could be utilized in relief if Kennedy happened to run into trouble. But she's been great, a 1.69 on average, 184 strikeouts in those 136 innings plus of work, and just 34 walks. Opponents have 84 hits off of her. She has walked, as mentioned, 34, 16-5 record. She also picked up a save during the season. We'll get to her defense momentarily. 84 degrees. It is hot in the sun, though, not a whole lot of a breeze. This is certainly going to be a pretty typical day at the ballpark when you're here at the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex. As Ava Husak at the plate, takes a strike. Husak for North Polk. Just an 8th grader leading off, batting .410, however, has been an excellent first season. 1-1 the count, that just misses. Yeah, Husak, it's been great for an 8th grader, and she's also pitching. She has been the ace this season, 118 pitches thrown. We'll get to her pitching numbers momentarily when she gets out there in the circle, but she takes another ball here, 2-1. Husak, no homers, but has drawn 12 walks, 14 runs driven in, is a run producer in the way of just getting on base. As she takes another ball, it's 3-1 from Kennedy. Second state tournament appearance in school history for Western Dubuque, but man, they have been good this year. That just misses as well, and Husak draws a walk on 5 pitches, and she gets herself aboard. We're going to get the courtesy runner, it appears, for the pitcher Husak.
Husak draws a walk.
We do. Madeline Simons going to be the courtesy runner. So, courtesy after the walk. And that brings up Haley Steffen, the senior center fielder. Steffen comes in with a home run. She does have 13 runs driven in, 370 is the average. A quick steal attempt and safe down there at second base. Did not take long. These runners definitely like to move it around. That's 11 steals on the season for Simmons. 0-1, that was a strike. That popped up, foul ground, long run, and out of play. Quickly 0-2 to Steffen. Back to Steffen's numbers. Does have, as mentioned, 13 runs driven in, 7 doubles this season with that triple and a homer. 326, I mentioned the average. Batting from the right side. Both teams wearing their red uniforms and black pants, so it is going to be a little trippy out here. As we try to keep the teams straight, they look very similar. The Bobcats out in the field with the white Bobcats across the front of the uniform. They also are wearing tank tops, whereas North Polk wearing sleeved uniforms. That's high. 2-2 here to Steffen with a runner on second and nobody out here top of the first inning. North Polk has black numbers and comets and script across the front of their uniform. But black and red, a lot of black and red out there right now. This pop foul, and we'll do it again. Defense behind Kennedy. Audrey Bierman out there in left field. We'll get to her story shortly, but man, one of the best track and field athletes the state of Iowa has to offer. Sarah Horsfield in center. Haley Wolfcool is out in right. We'll get to the infield momentarily. There's a ground ball knocked down nicely by the third baseman Wilgenbush, but her throw is high and over the head of the first baseman. That's going to allow a run to score. And into second base on the error is Haley Steffen. And just like that, it's 1-0 North Polk. North Polk is much more seasoned. They have been here several times, 16 state tournament appearances overall. But these girls, it's not been so easy. And as mentioned, first appearance since 2008 for this program. So the storied history, but they are not regulars here. These girls were very small the last time at this school was taking part in this state tournament. It's a good effort by Hallie Wilgenbush. She's the third baseman. Just a little high on the throw. It'll be an error in the book as that ball hit high, deep into center field, backing up on it, reaching up, misplaying it was Horsfield. That's going to allow the runner to get to third, but she's going to have to hold up there. She had to tag back up at second base, expecting that ball to be caught by the center fielder Horsfield. So a couple of misplays, maybe some early game jitters. Good hustle by Foster. That's a double technically in the book. So still nobody out. Runners on second and third. And Sydney Kennedy going to try to work around a couple of defensive mistakes. First pitch swung on and missed. Sydney Anderson is the batter. The catcher on the season, batting .373. She does have 14 runs driven in, 7 doubles, and a team-high 6 home runs. Does have a big bat in this cleanup spot. She's going to ground it over to second. They'll get the sure out at first. That will allow another run to score. But the right play, you want to definitely, this early in the game especially, just get the outs that you can. It goes 4-3 on the ground out. Credit Anderson with an RBI, and there's one away. In to score was Steffen. Into third is Foster on the play. So quickly 2-0 for the 7-seed North Polk, and I'll tell you why the seeding is important. As this popped up, and this will be up over the top of everything and land above us in the stands. 0-1. Lily Hinchy is the batter. Hinchy is a junior. She leads the team with 23 runs driven in. Does not have a home run, however. 8 doubles, but has been timely with her hitting this season. The 0-1 to her. She crouches over home plate. Takes a ball. That must have just missed. Quick peek by Maddie Harris. The catcher back to the home plate umpire. Roger Minke calling the balls and strikes for our game here today. The pitch. That's foul tipped. and it's 1-2. The rest of the infield, Hallie Wiggenbush at third base, Shelby Rice at short, Meg Besler is at second with Abigail Kleesner, over at first. Maddie Harris, as mentioned, the backstop for the right-hander, Sydney Kennedy. The 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed and got her upstairs, about let her high for the strikeout, her first. And now with 2 outs and a runner on at third, Dylan Adams is going to try to keep things going. Junior first baseman, Adams. Does have 17 runs driven in, second on the team. Does have 1 homer to her credit this season, 226 is the average. So the average not great, but she has been timely and has driven plenty in. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Sixth batter to get to the plate here. We see another ball, 2-0. I mentioned the seating. We're awaiting the other game going final on our adjacent field. Iowa Central Field over there. We're on Kruger Seeds Field. Is that called strike outside corner, 2-1 to Adams. But through a day plus of this state tournament, no lower seeds have been able to pull out wins. Oskaloosa very close in the game prior to us here on this field. As that ball's popped foul out of play, and it's 2-2. Oskaloosa did have a 1-run lead late in that game, but the number 1 seed Winterset did come back and win 7-4. We'll pass along the score between the 4 and 5 matchup, Carlisle and Boone, as they should be wrapping that game up over on Iowa Central Field any time now. Kennedy a long look in. Here's the 2-2, 2 outs in the dirt. Good take on the check swing by Adams, and we're full, 3-2. He spotted your team a couple of runs. 8th grader Ava Husak getting the assignment on the bump. Here is the 3-2. Popped up, could be playable. Running over to the fence, making a play. We'll see Western Dubuque come to the bat for the first time. Right after this is the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
At Central College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
And we're back as we head into the bottom half of this inning. We want to remind you that Central College has a new tuition price, just $18,600. And that means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever. Scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. 2 runs on 1 hit and an error in the top half of the inning for North Polk. My count, neither of the runs are earned, but of course my book unofficial. First pitch is high, and that is ball 1. To Sarah Horsfield. Horsfield is the center fielder. You can see the infield in for the slap hitting leadoff batter. She tries to run through the box, swings and misses, and it's 1-1. Let's get to the numbers for the 8th grader, Ava Husak. Husak this season, 23 appearances, 118 innings of work, a 1.60 earned run average, 124 strikeouts. So about 1 strikeout per inning. She has walked 32 and is 12-8 with that record on the season. Horsfield, the batter, batting .554 as is slap hitting. .554 is a gigantic number, but not unheard of considering the style of play and how fast that she is. Does have 19 runs driven in, 5 doubles, but she really is just all about getting on base as she sprays this one foul, and we'll do the 2-2 again. Bottom of the first inning, your 7 versus 2 matchup. This one grounded over to short. It's a tough play, long throw in the dirt, and not going to be in time. And that's going to have to go down in the book as a hit, just considering Horsfield. She puts it on the ground. Hannah Foster, the shortstop, had to be quick with it. Bounced the throw over, but even on the fly, it's bang, bang. Not sure what the official scorebook will read, but in my book, that is an infield single. And that's how you hit .554 during an entire season of play. Put it on the ground and just trust your legs. Now the pitcher, Sydney Kennedy, is up, and man, she is a problem at the plate. She takes a strike 0-1. Left-handed batting .508. She has an obscene 59 RBIs this season. One of the top numbers you're going to see at any level. With 20, this is fouled back to the screen. It's 0-2 quickly to her. 5 homers, that's tied with Meg Bessler, the 5-hitter. With 5 homers this season, she's also walked the team high 17 times. Only struck out 3 times this season. She takes that one just outside. 1-2. 2-0 our score with North Polk striking first. The pitch from Husak. Big hack. Fouled out of play by Kennedy. Yeah, you see the difference between a slap-hitting lefty like Horsfield, who led off, and then you see a lefty with just a sweet swing, and she is hacking. But she goes through this one. That's just the 4th time she has struck out this season. And the 8th grader Husak gets the senior for the first out of the inning. Man, Ava Husak, how about it? Your leadoff, and that's outside. And you're starting to hear some disgruntlements now coming on 6 straight misses from some of the Bobcat crowd. There's one right down the pipe. Little Bronx cheer from the third base side stands. 2-1 is the count. Haley Steffen, the batter, she reached on a throwing error. That was hit hard but foul. 2-2. Steffen hit it on the ground hard. It was a great diving play by Hallie Wilgenbush, but her throw was well high at first base, and that not only allowed Steffen to reach, but it allowed Madeline Simmons, who is the runner at first base now, as a courtesy of Husak, she was able to score. That's high. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. North Polk leading 2-0. The pitch, and that's low. Ball 4. So back-to-back walks, and that has loaded the bases up here. So now it's Doherty at third base after her single and a couple of walks. Husak walked. Her courtesy runner Madeline Simmons is at second, and Haley Steffen walks. She is at first base. The first pitch to the number 3 hitter, a dangerous batter, and Hannah Foster takes strike 0-1. 2 outs in the inning. Foster.
We are back live.
Flew out to center field high and deep as that one knuckled down the left field line, just foul. It's 0-2. The ball was high, and it was a little bit of a run for Sarah Horsfield out there in center. She ran toward the gap. Looked like she was camped under it, but the ball leaked back over the top of her glove. And she was able to field it after it bounced behind her. So that's popped up. Left side, not playable, just on the other side of the fencing. And it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the base is loaded here for North Polk in the top of the second, already with a 2-0 lead. The 7 seed. No lower seed is won entering this game in the tournament so far. High pitch up around the shoulders. Foster can't lay off, and an important and clutch strikeout for Kennedy after a couple of walks. Gets out of the frame unscathed. Through an inning and a half. It is still North Polk 2, Western Dubuque nothing here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We'll start action here in the bottom of the second inning. It is 2-0, 7 seed North Polk with the lead. Ava Husak, the 8th grader, delivers her first pitch, and that's low for ball one. Been a tight zone both ways so far. Plate umpire Roger Menke. On the bases at first, it's Greg Buster, and Stan Schmidt is at third base. As that's just off the outside corner. Frame attempt by Sydney Anderson does not get the call. These two teams, these two pitchers and catchers trying to figure it out. Here's the other delivery, and that one well outside and high. It stuck to the hand. Meg Bessler is the batter. Bessler, the senior second baseman. But she is a big hitter. 41 RBIs this season with 5 homers. 307 the batting average. She takes one right down the pipe. 3-1. The 3-1. That's outside. Ball 4. Leadoff walk. Bessler is aboard. Second straight inning the leadoff batter has reached, and we'll see what the 8th grader Husak and the defense behind her can do. That'll bring up Audrey Bierman. Bierman, a junior left fielder on the season. 254 is the average. 352 is the average. She does have 21 steals to go along with her 14 runs driven in. Just one extra base hit, however. She checks the wristband, as does the runner Bessler, for whatever the play is. There's a strike. 1-1. So Bierman, one of the fastest girls in the state. State titles in the 100, 200, 400 meters at this year's state track and field tournament. So sprinting, the 200, the 400, I mean, when you get her in a straight line, she is about as fast as they come. Well, all you need is about 60 feet here from base to base, and she has been valuable in doing that. And that's why you see her in that slap-hitting lefty position after that foul ball. It's 1-2. That's high. 2-2. Western Dubuque at the plate here. Bottom of the second inning, down 2-0. Nobody out and a runner on at first base. Still early. It's the second inning. As this ball is going to be grounded through the left side, and that'll be a base hit. So a couple on here after the base hit by Bierman. So that brings up Maddie Heiderscheid, the junior, the designated player in this game. 282 is her average. She does have 12 runs driven in, a double on the season. Ava Husak's got herself a jam that she's going to have to work through here if she wants her team to keep the lead. They're up 2-0, but with runners on first, second, nobody out. Got to locate and got to get a couple of outs here. Get in a position to get out of the inning. First pitch, a strike here to Heiderscheid. 0-1. The 0-1. That's fouled straight back. Quickly 0-2. Good job by Husak to get ahead of the hitter here. Heiderscheid batting for the right fielder Haley Wolfcool, who is a freshman. But a lot of upperclassmen in the order. 5 seniors, 4 juniors, all for Western Dubuque. That ball up the middle, and that'll get through. Bessler being waved around. The throw is going to be cut off by Husak in front of the plate. That will at least hold Bierman at second. And an RBI single by Heiderscheid. Her 13th RBI of the season, and a quick conversation going to be taking place in the circle. Lynette Foster wants to chat about it with her infield and battery. So the RBI single by Heiderscheid cuts the lead in half, and still a very threatening situation as the number 8 hitter, Hallie Wilgenbush, going to come to the plate, the senior third baseman. No changes will be made, just Lynette Foster wanted to talk to her team, make sure that everybody knew what was going on. Calm everybody down. You have a force out at any of the square bases. Wilgenbush takes a ball outside 1-0. The senior third baseman, Wilgenbush. 254 is her average, 11 runs driven in. She does have 5 extra base hits, all doubles this season. A double here very well could score a pair. But we'll have to see as there's a good pitch off the outside corner. Caught the black, 1-1. Husak looks in. There's a bunt attempt. Dies right in front of the plate. The throw not caught at first base. That's going to allow advancement by the runners and tie the game up. It was a great sacrifice bunt. The throw over to Chloe Doherty, who was covering, and she couldn't hold it into the glove. You could go E2 on Anderson, or probably most likely it'll be E4 on Doherty trying to cover first base as it hit her in the glove, just could not reel it in to get the out. And that allowed Heiderscheid to go to third. And Bierman to go all the way around and score.
At the plate batting, number 16, Lynn Walters.
Here we go. As we got a pinch hitter. First pitch. High in the air, deep into center, backing up on it and making the catch is Steffen. The throw's going to come all the way in, but not going to be nearly in time. Heiderscheid scores. The job is done, and done well by Bryn Walters, the freshman. So Bryn Walters on the first pitch she sees sends that one into deep center, which is deep enough for the sac fly. So that is just the first out. 3 runs are in here for Western Dubuque. We're back to the top of the order. Sarah Horsfield. One and one the count with 1 out and a runner still on first base. 3 already in here for the Bobcats. And there's a strike at the knees. You see Horsfield running through the box, as is customary for her. She is tough to get out because she is moving toward first base basically as she makes contact. Let's wait till the infield so far in. This one, that's a fair ball down the line. Runners will have to hold. Is getting to it quickly was Monk in left field, but another base hit. That one beautifully done, right down the line. Nothing Hinchke, the third baseman, can do about it. Wilgenbush holds up at second. And still just 1 out, and now Sydney Kennedy and the big boppers are coming up here for Western Dubuque. First pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Kennedy did go down on strike swinging. Back in the first inning, first time up against Husak, who's really just trying to get out of this inning with as minimal damage done as possible. 3 are already in. Good stop behind home plate by Anderson, and it's 1-1. This one grounded. It's going to be off the glove of Husak. This is a tough play for everybody. Nobody's going to have a play. To me, that is a hit. Husak off of a hard hit ground ball. There's just nothing she's going to be able to do there. She is in a fielding position, but when she finishes that pitch roughly 38 feet, 40 feet with her follow through away from where that ball is hit. Right back at her on a hop. Got her glove on it to knock it down, which probably saved a run from it going all the way to the center field as courtesy runner Eric Ernzen. So Erica Ernzen, a sophomore, as Kleesner comes to the plate. Bases loaded, and another meeting in the circle for the infield and battery for the Comets. North Polk can get a force out at every base. By the way, that courtesy runner brought to you, as always, with all substitutions by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT Visit IMT Insurance at imtins.com. All substitutions and pitching changes will be brought to you all tournament long by IMT Insurance. Still just one out. Eighth batter of the inning is Abigail Kleesner. She takes a strike down the middle. She went down on strike, swinging first time up, back in the first as well. Bottom of the second. Western Dubuque would love to pop this open a little bit here. Bases loaded and one out. Just off the outside corner. Good frame attempt by Anderson. Not buying it was home plate umpire Roger Menke, and it's 1-1. Infield is in a couple of steps. They want to come home with it if it's hit to them. Also, hurts their angle a little bit and trying to make a play as that ball hit hard but well foul and out of play right side. It's 1-2. These are big pitches early in this game. You do not want to fall too far behind the number 2 team in the state if you are North Polk. That's popped foul off the screen. We'll do the 1-2 again. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and the base is loaded for the Bobcats. Ava Husak, the 8th grader, in a big spot here in the circle, needing an out. The 1-2 in the dirt, squirts away, but Anderson does a great job of just knocking it down to where the runner at third, Wilgenbush, did not get a good read, nor did Coach Rex Massey down in the third base coach's box. It kind of went straight away from them. They couldn't really see it, so he did not send her, and it's just ball 2. The 2-2, well high, and it's 3-2. Nowhere to put her. And Kleesner has worked it full. Big pitch upcoming here. Husak gets the sign and fires. Too high. It's ball 4. Second walk of the inning and of the game. Credit with an RBI, Kleesner on the walk. Still bases are loaded now. 9th batter of the inning is Maddie Harris. Cleanup hitter. And another dangerous bat. She flew out to left field. Diving play by Maya Monk. This ball hit out to Monk again. She's going to range over to the line, make the play. And the throw home, not going to be in time. It was a good effort by Monk. Everybody moves up a base after the throw goes all the way home. That was bang, bang. In terms of leaving third base, it almost appeared as though Horsfield left early. But they have that figured out. Rex Massey, she was not looking at the ball. Rex Massey's telling her when to go. It goes successful sacrifice. Another good stop by Anderson. Sacrifice fly to left. It was a good play by Monk to get the out. And it's now 5-2. For the second time in the inning, it is Meg Bessler. Bessler drew a walk, scored a run earlier in the frame. This is fouled straight back. Quickly 1-2 to her. 2 outs, but runners on second and third, and down 5-2. Husak knows every pitch is super important. Got to try to get out of this inning with nothing else across and let the offense try to work its way back into the game. That one low. It's 2-2. Long look in from Husak. Sets, fires. That ball line drive, but right at Doherty, and she makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. But a handful come across in a crooked number here in the second, and Western Dubuque has taken a 5-2 lead. We'll be back with more action as we head to the third. You're watching Girls State Softball Tournament right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics, because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned runs, a couple of walks, an error. And Western Dubuque scores 5 in the bottom of the second to take the lead, leaving a pair on base, but they'll take what they got there. The first pitch is a strike here to Sydney Anderson, the cleanup hitter for North Polk. Second pitch is absolutely hammered but foul, too quick, and it's 0-2. Anderson grounded to second to make Bessler back in the first, but did drive in a run in doing so. There's no doubt, if you are a North Polk fan, it's been a long time since your team has made it, despite the great history that they have, as there's a ball to Anderson. 15 state tournament appearances before this year for North Polk, but none since 2008. It's been a long, long time. Able to squeeze in here as this ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit as it flares out into right by Anderson to lead off the inning. You just want to chip away. You want to get a little bit at a time. If you are North Polk, get within striking distance, and you never know what might happen. Likely to get a courtesy runner here for Anderson, the catcher. All substitutions, including your courtesy runners, are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Anna Patterson, a freshman. She is at first base as the courtesy. First pitch to Lily Hinchy. Showing bunt, popped it up. Who's it going to be? Everybody runs into each other, but it's going to actually be caught by the catcher, Maddie Harris. Third baseman Wilgenbush came flying in there and ran right into her. You know, it is tough when you have 3 players like that, the first baseman converging, and there's not a ton of time to communicate who's going to have it, as that ball is well foul but hit well by Dylan Adams. That was a great swing, but just too quick on it, and it's 0-1. But it's always tough when you have 3 players converging and no ability to truly communicate. And everybody's like, I would rather try to catch the ball and run into somebody than to get out of the way and it just drop in between us all. There's another really healthy cut there by Adams. That one hits the light pole, but well foul. She is on Kennedy, is Adams, but just a hair quick. See what Kennedy brings here, 0-2. And it's called third strike. I haven't seen that outside corner been called too much in this game, but it is strike 3 looking. 4th strikeout recorded by Kennedy. And after a couple of good swings, Adams passes on one that is called third strike. And with 2 quick outs now, that brings up the designated player, Kaylee Kudelka, a freshman who popped out to the second baseman, Bessler, last inning. That ball hit high in the air. This should be playable for the left fielder, Bierman. Ranging over, makes the play in foul ground, and that will retire the side. Leadoff single by Sydney Anderson goes for naught. And after 2.5 innings of play, it is still Western Dubuque 5, North Polk 2. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament here on the Girls Union Network, powered by the Mid-American Energy Company.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Fans, official state tournament merchandise now available. Go to IGHSAU.org to browse, customize your merchandise to match your style. IGHSAU.org. You can also find what they're calling State Tournament Central. You can keep track of the state softball tournament, all scores, all box scores. Keep good track of that. As we play on, still quarterfinal action here. This is Class 4A between number 2 seed Western Dubuque, 7th seed North Polk. And it's 1-0 to Audrey Bierman. She fouls this one off. It's 1-1. Bierman singled through the whole left side and running through the box. That was back in that big second inning where 5 runs scored. 10 batters got to the plate as Bierman pops this one out of play left side. And it's 1-2. Lefty with the 1-2 count, hits this one on a rope right at Hinchy, and she's able to make the play. Ellie Hinchy robs the hit from Bierman, trying to go the other way. Good reflexes already playing in because of the slap hitting left-hander, and it's an important first out. It's obvious, but last thing you want to do is give up some more runs as you try to come back into this game. As this popped up, foul ground. This isn't going to be playable up into the stands on the first base side where the fans of North Polk are seated. 0-1 to Maddie Heiderscheit. She singled up the middle for an RBI and eventually would come around to score back in that big second inning. Both these teams are wearing very similar uniforms, so if you're just joining us and you can't tell who's who, that's all right. It is kind of confusing. This ball up, 1-1. North Polk in the field wearing red sleeved uniforms. A couple of players have their sleeves rolled up, but they are designed as sleeved uniforms and buttoned up all the way up, kind of like a traditional baseball uniform. With the black pants and the red socks. Comets in black and the numbers in black on the front of the back. Is this a ground ball through the hole on the right side? A base hit again from Heiderscheit. She came in as one of the lighter hitting players in the starting lineup, but has a couple of good seeing eye base hits first time and second time through the order. So she's aboard for the senior third baseman, Hallie Wilgenbush. Now, Wilgenbush attempted to lay down a bunt, and it was a perfect one a couple of feet in front of home plate. Was in the process of advancing a couple of runners. Catcher Sydney Anderson popped out to grab it through to first base. The second baseman, Chloe Doherty, was trying to cover. The ball was a little bit high. I'm not sure who they are going to give that error to, but it hit the web of the glove of Doherty, but she just could not squeeze it. And that allowed the runner to be safe. Here's the throw down a second, and plenty of time. Excellent throw by Anderson as Heiderscheit tried to take second base, and it's thrown out. She does have 7 steals on the season, but right there, beaten by a couple of steps. Excellent throw by Anderson. Caught stealing. 2-6. And quickly 2 outs now, as now it's 2-1 after Wilgenbush goes through that pitch. 2 outs and nobody on. But yeah, just to go back to that play, that was an important play because instead of getting an out, you ended up having a big bases loaded jam, or eventually what was a bases loaded jam, but on that play, an extra base and a run was scored by Audrey Bierman. It's 2-2 now to Wilgenbush. High fly ball, center field. Steffen tracking, steps into it, makes the play. So the 1-out single is erased on a caught stealing, and just like that, we're through 3. We'll head to the 4th, 5-2. Western Dubuque's got the lead. They're watching it on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year, and remember the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within you.
Here we are, getting things set for the fourth inning. First pitch to Chloe Doherty is fouled off 0-1. Well, if you missed our first three innings, pretty eventful. First inning, top of the inning, North Polk took advantage of an error, a couple of misplays defensively by number 2 seed Western Dubuque, two teams that do not make it here often, at least in recent years. North Polk historically has been here a lot. 16th time they've come as a school, but first since 2008, when most of the players dressed in those Comet uniforms were just toddlers. For the Bobcats of Western Dubuque, they weren't really expected at all to make it here. Just the second time in school history. But got hot, got a lot of good production all the way around the field as this ball into shallow right field. Coming on is Wolfenkuhl. She makes the catch. Wolfenkuhl able to run in and make the catch for the first out on Doherty. Gonna bring up Maya Monk, who had a great catch in left field in the first inning. Struck out swinging at the plate, however, in the second. Just second time ever, as mentioned, for Western Dubuque. And with kind of a dream season, unranked to start the year, got a lot of production from places that people weren't expecting, but they do have a lot of experience. Entirely upperclassmen in the batting order. Wolfenkuhl is the lone exception, but she's not batting. The right fielder is just playing in the field and is being hit for in the lineup. It's quickly 0-2 here to Monk. There's a lot of experience in the North Polk lineup as well, but their leadoff batter and pitcher is 8th grader Ava Husak. So they also have to feel in a lot of ways that they overachieved this season. But they were able to roll through, grab some wins pretty convincingly, as there's a swing and a miss. Monk goes down on strikes. 5th strikeout recorded by Kennedy. 2 away here, and it will be Husak at the top. This is one of the things about the state softball tournament. A lot of lower scoring games. Every run feels like it means an awful lot. And we've seen that in this tournament for the most part so far. But we also just have not seen a lower seed win. We've had a couple of threats, but it's quickly 0-2 here to Ava Husak, who has not, I mean, this is as many strikes as she has seen all day. She walked on 5 pitches in the first and walked on 4 pitches in the second. Now she's in the hole, though, 0-2 here in the top of the 4th inning. Mid-80s, sunny out here, a few clouds, but you're not getting any cloud cover or any real breeze of substance. As she took a ball there, it's 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on here, top of the 4th inning. We just passed the top of the 4 o'clock hour. That's up high, 2-2. Now you got to feel in a lot of ways that 3 runs is about as far as you want it to get for North Polk, but they're going to start to get base runners on so they can try to get themselves back in the game as Husak pops it up. Long run for everybody. Who's it going to be? A collision, but the catch is made by the shortstop, Shelby Rice, colliding with Audrey Bierman. You can see the speed of Bierman from left field getting into that spot. She likely could have made the catch as well, but despite the contact and the collision, an out is made by Rice in foul ground, and 1-2-3 again go the Comets. We're halfway home here in this quarterfinal in Class 4A, 5-2 Western Dubuque. You're watching it on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like Swick's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community, like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
First pitch, misses for a ball. Bryn Walters will bat again here in the 9 slot. A successful sacrifice and an RBI. First time up, hitting in this 9 slot. Shelby Rice, the shortstop, was listed in this location. This 1-1. So Walters got the RBI on the sac fly. And this one up and away, 2-1. Both pitchers sitting around the 70 pitch mark, 73 pitches on my count to be exact for IGHSAU. Not a huge deal, especially knowing that you're just playing one game today. As this ball is hit into right field, long run, unable to get to it in foul ground is Alex Drent. And run it back in and do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out for Bryn Walters. 5-2. Number 2 seed Western Dubuque with the lead. This ball, soft line drive right at Lily Hinchke. Didn't have to move a muscle. Able to make the catch for the first out. And that brings up the top of the order, and this is where a lot of damage can be done and has been done in this game so far in that 5-run second, Sarah Horsfield. Horsfield is 2 for 2. An infield single, and then a single through the left side. Infield has to come way in because she is so good at placing the ball and getting down to first base with those wheels. It's 1-0 to her here, and that's high. 2-0. Slap hitting lefties just drive the opposition crazy. You see every team try to employ 1 or 2 of them. There it is. On a hop, it is Hinchey. Over to first in time by a step, and you see right there, that ball was hit so hard. It was fielded cleanly by Hinchey, and she still almost beat her to first base. When you have wheels like that, it is almost, and this is why you see them batting 550, 600. It is such an important skill to have on your team to get on base ahead of run producers like, say, Sydney Kennedy, who's at the plate now and fouls the first pitch off 0-1. But big credit to Lily Hinchey over there at the hot corner, making the play and making it look clean. For Kennedy, big-time run producer in the 2-hole, one of the top RBI numbers, and takes a strike that drops in beautifully on the change on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Kennedy is 1 for 2, struck out swinging in the first, and then had an infield hit right back up the middle, back in that second inning. Stays alive, fouling this one off. 2 outs, nobody on. So we're moving right along here. Class 4A quarterfinals. Winner moves on. That one low and away. It's 1-2. Winner will play tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. This one grounded to the right side. That was kind of a tough second hop, but making it look easy is Doherty. And 1-2-3, ball doesn't leave the infield. Nicely done by Husak and her defense as we are through 4. We head to the 5th. Still, Bobcats leading North Polk 5-2. We're watching it on the Girls Union Network, powered by the Mid-American Energy Company.
At Central College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
Hey fans, as a reminder, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. 5-2 is our score. Western Dubuque with the lead. Class 4A quarterfinals. Winner of this game will play the winner of the 8 a.m. Clear Creek Amanda game, which is taking place on Iowa Central Field. And as I was kind of alluding to, tomorrow 5:30 is the winner's game at Iowa Central Field. the two teams that fall in this window in the bottom part of the Class 4A quarterfinals, two teams that lose, play on Dodger Field at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Dodger Field, one of the 3 fields utilized for the consolation bracket on the outer fields. You don't want to end up there, but I always think it is a great thing that you get at least, you know you're getting more than one game when you come to the state softball tournament, especially considering it is kind of a trek for a lot of teams from southeast and straight eastern Iowa. First pitch to Haley Steffen is swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Top of the 5th inning. North Polk needing base runners and having a hard time getting them on since that first inning where they had a couple of misplays. And they actually loaded the bases up in the second, but that was with the aid of a couple of walks that were issued by Sidney Kennedy, who has since settled in. 0-2 the count here to the 2-hitter. Steffen. Delivery way high up around the eyes, and it's 1-2. After these games finish, we start the 2 evening windows, which are Class 5A. That's outside. 2-2. This is popped up. This could be playable up against this fence. Not. It's going to be just off the screen prior to Maddie Harris, the catcher, being able to get there. Steffen hanging in there. Steffen will be fostered by Hannah Foster and Sydney Anderson, 2, 3, and 4. A good chance here for North Polk to try to get something going, but Kennedy has been tough. That just misses inside. Collective groan by everyone on the third base side, including Kennedy in the circle. You can see her kind of sigh. She sets and fires. Ground ball is going to take a couple of hops over to the shortstop, and that's not going to be in time. Shelby Rice came up with it, just could not get the ball over there in time. It's going to be base hit for Steffen. Just rolling slowly enough. That ball is hit high in the air, into right. Can of corn over there from Wolfcool. She's able to make the play, so quickly Foster, the 3-hitter, is retired. So with one away. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Sydney Anderson. She is 1 for 2, but also has an RBI on that ground out in the first. In the third, she led off with a single, but didn't amount to anything. And first pitch swinging again. This is popped up on the infield. Second baseman, Bessler, is there for the out. You see a strike, you hit a strike. You got to like the approach, but fly balls and pop-ups aren't going to get it done. And that's where you got to give credit to Kennedy. A lot of her stuff just has that little extra movement, and these barrels are getting underneath it. Showing bunt, pulling back, taking the ball low. Well, actually it is called a strike, my mistake. Lily Hinchy, the junior third baseman, 0-1 the count. She's 0 for 2, struck out swinging in the first, and then a catch on a sacrifice bunt attempt by the catcher, Maddie Harris, converging. That was just barely in foul territory. The third baseman, Wilgenbush, and the first baseman, Kleesner, both came in and kind of collided with her as well. And there's a swing and a miss. Just misread that one at Hinchy, and she goes down. That is strikeout number 6 for Kennedy, and that is, again, pitching around to leadoff single. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th, 5-2, Western Dubuque with the lead, looking strong right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance?
costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Bottom 5. As we get set to go. 3, 4, 5. Heart of the order here for Western Dubuque. Abigail Kleesner. And first pitch is sinking into right field. It'll be knocked down by Alex Drent. Kleesner gets it done on the first pitch. Little looping single. It is 5-2. As Kleesner is going to be lifted for a pinch runner. Kleesner will be able to re-enter at least once. And of course, IMT Insurance brings you substitutions and pitching changes. As coming in is Ella Meyer. Or sorry. Ella Meyer going to be the pinch runner, but very well could be replaced again. IMT Insurance brings you the substitution. Or now you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Meyer on her way down to second base. The throw and the tag. Another excellent peg by Sydney Anderson. Hannah Foster applies the tag, and another caught stealing. Second straight attempt that has been thwarted by Anderson behind the plate. Her second caught stealing assist. So Ella Meyer, as soon as she comes into the game, she is erased, and then immediately a line drive hit by Maddie Harris. So an aggressive base running move. Rex Massey likes his team to run the bases. A lot of steals this team has. Meyer just had a couple this season, but he wanted to test Anderson again, and Anderson came through. And that's a huge play because on that single, so we're going to get a courtesy runner, Isabel Ernzen. So Ernzen is the runner, a sophomore, over at first base for the catcher, Maddie Harris. First time she's reached base. So now it's Bessler. 0-1 the count to her. She swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Bessler is 0 for 1. She walked and scored a run early in that second inning and then came up again later in the second after 5 runs had scored and line drive right at Chloe Doherty at second base into the inning. 0-2 to her here. Outside on the changeup, 1-2. Bottom of the 5th, 5-2. Western Dubuque leading. A lot of action, a lot of early swings and counts for both of these teams. We're moving it right along. That's a really nice snag on a high pitch by Anderson coming out of the crouch, and it's 2-2. So with the 1 out, runner at first, foul tip to the screen. We'll keep it going here. Ava Husak, the 8th grader. This one, ground ball off a couple of hops. Hinchy, long throw, going to be in time. Nicely done. Quick throw behind the runner at second, not in time, but that's a great play by Hinchy to get the out at first. 5-3. Earns in the runner, does advance. But with 2 outs, now it brings up Audrey Bierman. A little bit easier to deal with a slap-hitting lefty like Bierman, knowing you just need 1 out to get out of the frame. But she's going to be a difficult out, always is. Slap-hitting lefties always are. First pitch ball, 1-0. Bierman is 1 for 2, singled into left field in the first time up in the second, and eventually would score. As she slices that one, foul. Then in the third, she hit a line drive right at Lily Hinchy. Definitely the definition of a hot corner play. Having to play in because of the slap hitter. Able to make the catch. She shows bunt. Fouls this one off the hands. And it's 1-2. This is the thing you always have to keep in mind with these kind of batters, with these kind of players, these slap-hitting lefties. They can lay down that bunt to either side. They can lay the bunt down right in front of the plate. They have the speed. If they just put the ball in play to the opposite side of the infield, if they can leg out an infield hit almost every time, if they can get it down. You basically have to try to strike them out or get them to pop up or make an exceptional play in the field to get them out with any regularity. Tough to do. 2-2. This one is a ground ball and a hop. Shortstop over to first in time. Hannah Foster showing off that arm, and that's why they play in. That way they have a chance to get her, and they do. Great assist again on the caught stealing by Cindy Anderson, but a couple of hits go for naught. We'll head to the sixth. North Polk hanging around, but down by 3, 5-2 to Western Dubuque on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
The yeses are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
Nothing feels quite as free as being out here.
Except this free soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
At Casey's, you can win all kinds of free stuff.
I love free.
Then you'll love this. Bought this jerky, won this free donut.
I love donuts.
And these chips can win me the big one.
What?
A free concert from country music superstar Lee Brice.
I love free Lee Brice.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including a free Lee Brice concert for your town.
Free Lee!
No.
Running out of time, 6 outs to go for North Polk offensively. Just going to have to continue to try to stay in the mix here, stay in the game. First pitch, a strike from Sydney Kennedy to Dylan Adams. Adams, the number 6 hitter, will be followed by Kaylee Kudelka and Chloe Doherty. Those are the scheduled hitters here for North Polk in the top half of the 6th. This is grounded slowly over to short. Rice bobbled it momentarily, but not enough to threaten not getting the out. Makes a strong throw. 6-3, 1 away. 84 pitches in the game so far. And of those, 56 of them have been strikes for Sydney Kennedy. So after some walk issues in the first couple of innings, has been very strong, has been pouring it into the strike zone, does so here on the first pitch to Kudelka, 0-1. Kudelka is 0 for 2 in this game, popped up to the second baseman Bessler in the second, and in the third flew out to foul ground. She foul tips that one, it's 0-2. There's a great running catch made by Shelby Rice, the shortstop. Audrey Bierman, the left fielder, also collided with Rice, but Rice was able to hang on. 0-2 the count. Since that second inning where North Polk had the bases loaded but could not score, just 2 base runners have been allowed. There's a check swing. Did she go? Yes, she did, according to home plate umpire Roger Minke. 7th strikeout recorded here by Kennedy. And after she settled down, nobody's reached second base since that second inning for the Comets. Chloe Doherty with 2 outs, nobody on, takes a strike, 0-1. Doherty did single in the second inning, her first time up, into left field, and then flew out into right in the 4th. Kennedy just keeps on throwing strikes. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. If she keeps going like this team is going to be tough out. This wall hit on the ground, 2 hops over to the shortstop Rice. Long throw across the diamond, in time by a half step, and 1, 2, 3 they go once again. 6 in a row retired by Kennedy. She has been on point since the second inning. And we'll head into the bottom of the 6th. Western Dubuque looking for any additional insurance, but they do lead at 5-2 right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you, and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Western Dubuque with a 5-2 lead, and they're at the plate. A chance to get any last insurance as the first pitch misses 1-0. North Polk scored twice in the first, threatened with the bases loaded in the second, but could not plate any more. As this ball popped up, running in, making the catch just in foul ground is first baseman Dylan Adams. Maddie Heiderscheid retired for the first time. She's now 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run score. So Hallie Wilgenbush, the senior third baseman, will bat with 1 out, nobody on. All 5 Western Dubuque runs came after that additional threat by the Comets as this first pitch grounded to short, picked up by Foster. Her throw in time, quickly 2 outs. That'll bring up Bryn Walters. Walters. So Walters has been tagging in and out with Shelby Rice. 2 outs, nobody on. Western Dubuque with that 5-2 lead, but North Polk with 2 runs in the first had a chance in the top of the second to increase that margin, but in the bottom of the second, Western Dubuque sent 10 to the plate, 5 scored. As this first pitch flown out into right, a very quick 4-pitch inning, and that's all she wrote. And now we head into the 7th inning. North Polk needs 3 to tie to keep their season alive. We'll see what they can do with it. 5-2 Western Dubuque leads. It is the girls' state softball tournament. Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Here we go, 7th inning. And we will circle back to the top at 9-1-2 for North Polk. First pitch to the number 9 hitter, Maya Monk. This is for ball 1, 1-0. Monk is 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. She takes a strike here, it's 1-1. Ava Husak, the leadoff hitter, is on deck. Haley Steffen in the hole. North Polk down by 3, needs 3 runs to keep their season alive. They scored 2 in the first, had the bases loaded in the second, but since then have been unable to even get a runner past first base. That's out of play. 1-2. Staying in, play shortstop, by the way, with all the substitutions. It's Bryn Walters. This ball drops in low, 2-2. It's all started with base runners. Got to get a runner or 2 on here. You can't get it all back at once. That ball hit out in the left field, but easy range for Audrey Bierman, and she makes the play for the first out. And now that brings up Ava Husak. She's 0 for 1. Walked and had her courtesy runner Madeline Simmons score a run for her in the first. In the second, she also walked, facing Kennedy. And then in the fourth, when Kennedy had started to settle in and throw a lot of strikes, she fouled out into shallow left field. The shortstop and left fielder collided. It was the shortstop who held on to the ball for the out. 0-1 the count to her. That ball hit hard toward the gap out in right center field, and it'll get down and all the way to the wall. Husak up with it, Wolfcool up with it, but Husak will pull up at second with a double, and that is the first base runner since the second inning to get to second base in this order. And that is an extra base hit brought to you by Kruger Seeds. Big thanks to Kruger Seeds sponsoring every extra base hit this tournament. Your local seeds dealer, Kruger Seeds. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. So the runner at second base. Tying run now into the on-deck circle. The first pitch on the way to the number 2 hitter, Haley Steppen, in there for a strike. Husak stays in the game. She's running for herself out there. Actually, my mistake. That is Madeline Simmons, who has come back on as a courtesy runner. My mistake. And that substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. That's up high, 1-1. All substitutions, pitching changes, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. The 1-1. Swung on and missed by Steffen, and it is 1-2. Steffen reached on an error and scored in the first, walked in the second, infield hit back in the fifth. That's one of just 3 hits since the second inning for North Polk. The 1-2. That ball hammered, but too quick and foul out of play, but that was a ride. We saw that from Dylan Adams in her last at-bat. Now, we're a ways away from getting back to Adams, but you can see the pop that Steffen has in the bat. She does have a homer this season, but just a little quick on it. The 1-2 again, and this one instead a ground ball, fielded nicely by the pitcher. Kennedy goes to first in time. Runner does go to third, but now just 1 out away. And let's go ahead and give you your Casey's General Stores player of the game. Casey's proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's player of the game. We're going to go with Sydney Kennedy. The pitcher for the Bobcats looking for the final out here after making that nice play on the ground out. The crowd coming to their feet. First pitch outside to Hannah Foster. By the way, Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. That pitch, a called strike up in the zone. 1-1 is the count. Sydney Kennedy is really settled in nicely. There is a runner on at first base, or third base rather, but 2 outs, and she's got a 3-run lead. That ball fouled off, and now North Polk down to their last strike. 1-2. Foster doubled into center, but it was a misplay really by Horsfield, the center fielder. She struck out in the second and then flew out to right in the fifth. The 1-2, 2 outs. The pitch, way outside, no offer by Foster. Hard to stay disciplined in those moments where you know everything is on the line at the end of a game, or in this case, the end of your chance to win the state championship. Not to go out and chase that one. Here's the 2-2. She did it again. That one was a little closer, and that was an excellent take by Foster. She wanted to offer at it. I told you, so hard to lay off knowing anything close, you have to be ready to swing, but she knew that one was still a little bit outside, and she did an excellent job watching that go by. Payoff pitch, 3-2. That misses low, and Foster works the walk. First walk since the second inning issued by Kennedy, her 4th, though, in the game, and that does indeed bring up the tying run to the plate here with 2 outs. Sydney Anderson comes to the plate. She's 1 for 3, had an RBI ground out in the first, singled in the third, and then popped up to the second baseman Bessler in the 5th. Cleanup hitter, she's got some pop, shows bump, pulls back, takes the ball low, 1-0. Over 100 pitches thrown by Kennedy now. Again, fatigue's not going to wear on the arm too much, but it's just wearing your body out entirely. 1-0 is the count. Shows bunt and takes a strike at the knees. 1-1. If you're wondering, Anderson does have 6 home runs on the season, a team high. This team did not hit very many home runs. The only one with more than one of them is at the plate right now in Sidney Anderson. The 1-1. That's hit hard into left center field, but it's going to hang up, and it's caught. Audrey Bierman puts it away, and that will retire the side and end the game. Final score, Western Dubuque 5, North Polk 2. And what an excellent game that was played. 2 runs scored by North Polk in the first. They did not score again despite threatening, especially here late. 5 runs all scored in the second inning by Western Dubuque, and that was enough to get the job done. Western Dubuque does get the win. And that will, of course, set up the next round. Western Dubuque picks up the win by a final score of 5-2. Winner of the ADM Clear Creek Amana team will now play Western Dubuque tomorrow night, 5:30 p.m. Of course, Sydney Kennedy, our player of the game, did have a hit, went 1 for 3 at the plate, but it was really on the hill, or in the circle, if you will, as she was able to get the job done, allowing just 5 hits in the game and just a couple of runs, none of which were earned in my book, and gets the win, and Western Dubuque moves on into the semifinal round. We'll be a little bit of a break here before we have our next game, which will move into Class 5A. On this field, Kruger Seeds Field, it'll be Pleasant Valley taking on Southeast Polk. That game will take place at roughly 5 p.m. But that'll do it for this game. Western Dubuque 5, North Polk 2, and you've been checking it out. I'm Emery Songer from Fort Dodge. We thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2021 Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Did I do that okay?